The following September, after he finished first at the AAU Under-15 Junior Olympics, Nguyen, a ninth grader at Santa Clara High School in California, was named Topics Junior of the Month. Here's local observer Yem G to tell us a little bit more about this unknown, underrated junior. At 4 feet 10 inches and 95 pounds, Khoa looks small, but is a master looper. He spins the ball with authority and cleverly moves his opponent around with deadly ball placement. Mental toughness is his greatest strength. He is calm under pressure and always has that shy and satisfying boyish smile after each match. He practices 4 days during the week at home, 1 to 2 hours each day, and plays matches at weekends at San Jose State University. As an aside, 9 years later he'd graduate from San Jose State, with a degree in computer science. But back to the future. At the December '81 close, Khoa showed versatility in winning the under-17 doubles with Scott Butler and the under-15 doubles with Sean O'Neill. He wasn't so unknown anymore, especially after he'd received that 1982 invitation to train in China for 2 months with the other young Winders under two-time world champion Nguyen. Left to right there, Scott Butler, his little brother Jimmy, and behind him Brandon Olson, then Sean O'Neill, and Khoa. At both the 1983 and '84 U.S. Opens, Nguyen won the U.S. Open under-17 doubles, first with Brandon, then Sean. In '84, he became a U.S. citizen. Meanwhile, Khoa's father, with the help of the Vietnamese community, continued to promote his annual Northern California Open and the Vietnamese Invitational at San Jose, a $10,000 tournament highlighted by John enjoying the guest appearance of pinholder California Governor Duke Medjem. By this time, with his usual determination and focus, Khoa was in the process of developing one of the best backhand loops in the country. This, along with his speed and increasingly powerful forehand, gave him a two-wing attack that helped him in 1985 and '86 to finish second to O'Neill at the National Sports Festival, and in '86 to win the first of his 2 ACUI National Intercollegiate Championships. 1987 was also a big year for Khoa. At the New Delhi Worlds, aided by an ever-developing up-to-the-table aggressive block defense, he was 9-5 in Swaveling Cup play, with a comeback double match point down deuce in the third win over the Brazilian #2 Hugo Hoyama. At the Pan Am Games, he won a gold in the mixed with Inso Bouchon. And at year's end, he came close to being our national champion, lost in 5 to the eventual winner O'Neill, from whom he'd won the under-22s. Okay, time for Khoa to go out and make a living, which he does, but still manages at the annual '92 Vietnamese New Year Invitational to almost upset world #22, 2,800 plus Johnny Huang, losing 24-22 in the third. But never mind, there'll be another of these Vietnamese internationals next year, and Nguyen's win will make him $800 richer. At this time, Khoa was working as a programmer for Sun Microsystems. After they'd given him time off to prepare for the 1992 North American Olympics qualifier, he responded by downing all 6 Canadians, including their best, Joe Eng and Horatio Pentea. Then, on finishing first alternate behind Jimmy Butler and O'Neill, he began the never-ending process of trying to improve his serves. This is called hiding the ball. Khoa looks where the ball isn't. Khoa's '90s play climaxed in 1995 when, with encouragement from his wife Pauline, and with the help of his training and technique coach Per Johansson, he dedicated himself to preparing for the Tianjin Worlds. Practicing my backhand footwork, he said, helps my forehand too. At the Costa Mesa Chinese New Year Championships in February, the relentless ferocity of his two-winged lightning attacks gave him a 3-zip win over dazed U.S. champion David Zhuang. Then at the March Louisiana Open, he joined the ranks of 2,700 rated players in the U.S., beating 3-time U.S. champion Butler in both the Open and the All-Star men's, and splitting matches with former U.S. Open champ Chen Yinghua. This great showing prompted Jimmy to say, Khoa may be the best player in the U.S. right now. In a 1995 summer interview, Khoa told editor Larry Hodges that for the first time he'd started to do lots of physical training, mostly distance running and weight training. Also, now a sponsor, no relation, was providing him with a win-win situation. Except that at the Worlds, he wasn't picked to play even one team tie. Though he'd finished 5th in the tryouts, by Tianjin time, he was rated US number 2, and so wasn't happy about being completely left out. He then proved his worth in singles with a 3-1 record, sparked by a strong win over the Croatian international Atakovic. In pursuit of his Olympic goal, Khoa had spent much of August, October, and November training at Mrs. Sandberg's Angby Club in Sweden, sometimes with former European champion Mikael Appelgren. Also, he and Butler had represented the U.S. in team tournaments in Europe during this '95 fall season, which camaraderie didn't prevent Khoa at the Nationals from powering balls through Jimmy to reach the men's final. There, Zhuang's sharp angle play helped him to successfully defend his title. But in further milestones for Khoa, he and Tawny Bond reached the final of the mixed, and he and Darko Rapp, his lefty Tianjin teammate, took the men's doubles from defending champion Zhuang and Dan Siemler. Here too, Khoa was awarded the Rich Livington's Sportsmanship Award and was named Player of the Year. But the 1996 Olympic trials was a big disappointment for Nguyen. In singles play, he was going along 5-0 undefeated when he was upset by Darko. Then he lost deciding matches that forced him to become, as he was in '92, the first alternate. Later, to qualify for the Olympics in doubles play, he and David had to beat Canadians Wong and Ing. But bummer, they lost 18 in the 5th. So say goodbye to serious competition in the 1990s, but hello to politics. In 1998, Khoa is elected for his first stint on the USTTA Board of Directors. At the Pacific Rim Open in November 1999, Khoa, now 33, gives notice in losing to Zhuang 18 in the 5th, that come the new millennium, he'll be back. His aim? To make the Olympics that's been naggingly eluding him. Neoforma.com, the internet company he now worked for, was cooperative, as again was Pauline, by now mother to their 2 young daughters, Camille and Cassidy, spelled with an initial KH instead of C. This, I presume, in homage to a heritage line that included his brothers Kai and Khoi, if not his competition coach called in Kong